special family movie night from Lumen Christi. We've got Lumen Christi High School Robotics team members, Cheyenne Slider, Christian Warner, and Andrew Playford. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And your shirts are awesome. Flux Capacitors. That's the name of your team?
Yep.
Who designed the logo?
I did.
It's awesome. Did you get some inspiration from Back to the Future?
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's basically the Back to the Future logo, but with flux capacitors instead of
Robotics
Future.
team
Yeah.
names are very creative, and that I think it's part of when you compete. I think the judges, they're looking at that too, aren't they, Cheyenne?
Yeah, that's how they mention who you are on the field when you're going up to compete.
Now you guys are hosting a movie night for why? What's the reason?
Well, there's these devices called swerve wheels, which essentially allow you to turn in any direction at once. So these completely revolutionize the field. The teams that have them, almost always top 20. Teams that don't, bottom of the barrel. So it's one of those things that you truly need to be competitive, and we are hosting this movie night to raise money for that.
It's called a swerve,
Yes.
and it goes in any direction,
yeah.
like the front wheel of a shopping cart.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, we're also doing it to spread FIRST and STEM values in the community. We're especially targeting families, and we're also inviting other robotics teams to come out to the event, and it'll be a good time. So we're raising funds for the swerve wheels as well as raising awareness for FIRST robotics and STEM.
How much does one of those swerve things cost?
About $800 a piece.
Okay.
We
And you
need 4 of them.
4 of them. All right. So this is the lineup of the event Wednesday, June 28th, next week, at the Michigan Theater, and $10 get you in. And what will people be experiencing? The movie WALL-E, and what else is going to happen that night?
Well, we are going to be showing off both our corporate sponsors, such as Consumers and Eaton, as well as the other robotics teams that we have invited. In addition, we are going to have a demonstration of the robot.
What does your robot do?
I believe Cheyenne would be more qualified to answer that.
Okay.
Our last season robot, we were able to pick up one of the game pieces with a cone, and we would pick that up from one of the sliders, and we would put it on a pole to get points.
How big is the game piece?
It's an average size cone, about
Like a traffic
that tall.
cone?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting about all 3 of you. You have family members, either older or younger, that are also in robotics. Cheyenne, who's your sibling that's in robotics?
I have 2 siblings. My older brother, who just graduated, and then my younger brother, who is going to be a junior.
So
next year.
it runs in the family. Was it your brother's experience that got you interested in robotics?
Yes.
Nice. And Christian, how about you? Who's in your family that's a robotic?
Well, my younger brother is in FTC, the middle school robotics team. The high school is FRC. And so he's in 7th grade, going into 8th grade. So he's going to be on the middle school team. And
So you're the role model for the robotics in your family.
I suppose.
And for you, Andrew, who else is in your family?
My little brother, Ethan, is a very talented coder. He got his Google certification, I believe, last year when he was in 4th grade. No, that would be 2 years ago. But he got his Google certification in 4th grade, and we're going to talk to him about him joining the middle school team as a coder, programmer for the robot.
So you obviously made it exciting. You showed that it was an exciting thing, a fun thing to be involved in. We have some photos, and I think this is from First Michigan Robotics at Spring Arbor University this past spring. And wow, what an exciting event! Amazing energy in the McDonald Athletic complex. How did you guys do at this competition?
We did all right. We would have hoped to do better. We're still making progress. We've only been around for a few years, and it's been on and off sort of because of COVID messed it up. So we didn't do super great at this event. We didn't make the states, and we scored in sort of the bottom half. But we're definitely improving, and we're hoping that with our new skills that we're learning over the summer and the off season, that next year we'll able to come back and do a lot better.
What's impressed me about robotics is how cooperative you are with other teams. While you're competitive, you want to beat them, you end up working together. And I think this event is an example of that because you've invited some other teams to participate. Who else is all going to be there with flux capacitors?
The Jacktown Vectors is going to be one of them. I know Tractor Technicians, the Leslie Robotic team, and then the Bongo Bots, and I think there was one more.
There was also Innovate Albion, which has a middle school and high school team, and also JPEC is bringing their FTC team.
How big is the Lumen Christi Robotics team?
Well, we have 12 current team members with 5 to 7 coming up this coming season. So we're hoping to add them to the team throughout the off season.
Now, is it like a sports team where you can only accept so many and you have to be, is it competitive to get on the team?
No, it's not. We really accept most people because we like to have like a bigger team so we can be more precise when we're designing or building or programming.
Cheyenne, are you planning on taking robotics further, making a career out of it?
I haven't decided that yet once I'm out of high school, but I hope to still be like a mentor or something.
Now, I think for each of you, you've got a special role on the team. So, Andrew, what's your job on your robotics team?
Well, I am the lead scout. During that last competition, actually, to give you just an idea of how fast robotics accelerates, we partnered with a tool another team had made called Scout Radios that significantly expedited the process of scouting. Not only did it allow me to assign roles, so I could tell people, okay, you have to scout this 10 teams or whatever, but it also had various templates for things such as statistics on the robots, strategies of the teams. It was very useful, and I had gotten that set up all in the span of one competition.
Wow. Is it like spying?
No. All teams are glad to tell you what their robot can do because you don't know who you're allied with or against in the competition.
Cool. And for you, Christian, what's your role on the team?
Well, I'd say everybody does a bit of everything, but for me primarily, I work on like sort of the branding, marketing aspect. Like I've sort of been the team member that's been most involved in this particular movie event, and I also designed the logo for the shirt. I made a website, so I'm sort of more on that branding side of things than the mechanical stuff.
So marketing, branding. And Cheyenne, do you have your job on this team?
Yes, I am the main driver in the drive team. So that means I control the robot when we're on the field. I do some strategy with our scouting team and the other teams that we are allied with. And then I was a big part of the electrical team that makes the robot run. So yeah.
Nice. Now each of you have something you're most proud of. What for you is that, Cheyenne?
I think how much the team has evolved since we started, because when we started we didn't really know what we were doing. And then this past year we really got everything together and it was all working by the time we got to our first competition.
Mission accomplished.
Yes.
And for you, Christian?
Well, I'd say I'm proud of how far we've come in the off season, especially because I feel like Last off season, we weren't doing as much as we could have to prepare for the this previous season, but this off season we're going full swing. We're getting people ready to be successful in this coming season. So I think that's something that we're doing a lot better than in years past.
This example, I think the movie night, putting this on, that's part of your off season. So it just doesn't end when the championships are over.
Mm-hmm.
And for you, Andrew, what are you most proud of with this team?
I'm honestly most proud of kind of finally finding my niche in the team this year. Like last year, I kind of ended up being more so of a gopher. I wasn't really readily able to commit to one specific team, which ended up meaning that I didn't really contribute much of anything last year. But now that I found a job that I can do and perform well, then I've finally sort of made myself into an asset for the team.
Awesome. And you're also modest about your participation in the team. It really is a team. None of you could do this by yourself. No. All right, so reminder, the movie night, bring $10. Is there a code that people can get?
Yes, the teams that are participating have been given codes so that the people that go through their website can get can donate to their team as well.
Do you know your code?
We don't have a code because, I mean, the money's going to us anyways.
Oh, okay. So you can buy the tickets at the door, or you can get them also at the Michigan Theater website. I hope you have a nice turnout.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in today. Good luck.
Thank you for
Thanks for
having
having
us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we'll be anxious to hear how those, what are they called?
Swerve.
Swerves, how they work out and help you in next season's competitions.
For sure.
From Lumen Christi's robotics team, the Flux Capacitors, Cheyenne Slider, Christian Warner. And by the way, Andrew, Christian's dad had his senior pictures taken here way back in the 1990s. Wow. And Andrew Playford. Thanks, guys. More to come.